Hey everyone, and welcome to the Flophouse. This is a Flophouse mini. What is that? You say to yourself, because you're confused. You're confused and alone. The Flophouse normally is a podcast where we talk about bad movies, but every other week we go a little off model. We do what we like, mostly still movie related, because there's a brand. And in this case, I am in charge, but it is inspired by our guest, Sean Malin, who wrote the podcast Pantheon. I'm holding it up for the camera that we have here, but not that you see. 101 podcasts that change how we listen, which, risks people scoffing at it by including the Flophouse in that 101.
We're the one, right?
Yeah, we're the one. We just made it, but we're honored. Welcome, Sean.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll face whatever challenges shall come our way from that. It was worth it. Well worth it.
So no one but me knows what we're actually doing today, which is the way that we enjoy playing these minis, sort of springing things on one another. And I know that Sean has said that this book, the podcast Pantheon, was sort of inspired by the review books of yesteryear that attempted to set or start conversations about what the canonical works in various media are, like Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Album Guide, etc. And it got me thinking about lists in general, the big lists of canonical films. And so for this, I'm going to run through some of the big lists in film criticism, some of the titles found there. And because we're iconoclasts here at the Flophouse, I'm going to have us discuss which title, if we had to, which title we would kick off these lists. We would boot into the outer darkness. And I'm going to start off with...
judge, jury, and executioner.
That's right.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm going to start off with, now don't worry, you're going to hear the number 100. I'm not going to do all 100 movies.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be the top
you think
5
you can't
of
handle
this.
it? Go for it. Let's do this.
Dan does like it when a movie stretches a bit super long for comedy's sake, so maybe he would do it.
I think he referred to in our previous episode the egg dyeing sequence in An Easter Bunny Puppy as his pick for tour de force sequence of the year, even though it wasn't even a new movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is of course AFI's 100 Years, 100 Movies list. One of the sort of lists that was sort of put out in the world to drum up interest in the movies in general.
AFI stands for Alien Ant Farm Institute.
What?
Yeah, that first A is really doing double duty. It's two different A's, two different words. Yeah.
I see. You just pronounce it once.
Yeah.
No, of course.
No, it's actually ALF Financial Instruments. These are new, innovative financial instruments that Wall Street is playing with that are based around ALF. That lovable alien, Gordon Shumway from Melmac. ALF is back again.
Yeah.
Can't get rid of him. Lock up your cats, everybody.
He's
ALF is
hungry
back.
for cinema.
Yeah. Why haven't they done an Alf reboot yet, guys?
They've
done
tried
two, I think.
several Alf reboots.
Really?
They tried to make him into a talk show.
One. I'm
That's
ready
true.
to
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, get the Disney team that
Get
did
Disney
Lion
on
King
that shit.
and everything on there. Yeah.
But do shot for shot remakes.
I was thinking
new
like
content.
a Mufasa, like an Alf Mufasa.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Origin
so like,
story.
To be honest,
Baby
Mufasa would have
Alf.
been a much better
Yeah.
movie if Alf had played Mufasa in that movie.
Ooh.
yeah, or if he's riding Mufasa around for a while, he's like, I'm your best friend, right, Mufasa?
Hey, Timon and Pumbaa, nice to meet you.
Wait, I've got something here. What is this? Alfasa.
Yeah,
Is that anything?
Alfasa,
Is it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like
no, of
Alfa
course.
Romeo, which is, of course, the Italian Alf.
Oh boy. This is, of course, the American Film Institute.
Oh,
You know.
never mind. So the Alf stuff was not relevant at all.
No. I'm sure we can cut off.
Yeah.
Alex, if you do, I will be so mad. Alfix. What if
Alfix.
Alf was our producer, Alex?
Yeah.
That would be also very fun. Although I would, again, have to keep my cats far away.
You would, yeah.
100 Years, 100 Movies. The top 5 on that list.
But he doesn't actually ever eat a cat, right? So
He
it's like,
threatens it a
it's
lot.
all,
No,
like,
he
it's all
kills.
smoke, no fire, right?
He kills
He
cats
kills
off
cats?
camera.
There's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of blood.
Wow. Man, I just don't remember that
And it gets
well,
all
I guess.
caked into his fur, and then Willie has
Yeah.
to shampoo him in the tub.
Yeah, that's why he and Willie are so close, right? It's because Willie's seen everything.
Yeah, exactly. Willie, you got to help me hide the evidence.
Okay, so they're less close than bound together by blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Knowing what I know about you, you've got to help me.
So wait, Willie also has done something
Yeah.
horrible?
Why else do you
Okay.
think how else do you think he got
Yeah,
wrapped
he's
up in
gone
this
through
web
Willie's
of seduction and
laptop.
deceit? Come on.
Okay. So what we've got here at the top, we've got
I've got
Cit-
pictures, Willie. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. We've got Citizen Kane,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
The
Starring Alf.
Godfather,
Very little Alf
Okay.
content.
Casablanca, Raging Bull,
Okay.
and Singing in the Rain.
You could stop there. Just knock them all off. Who cares?
Just get rid of them.
So tell me this movie. And so what are we doing, Dan? We're going to knock one off?
We're gonna knock one off, not because we don't like it,
No, let's
And,
but
knock
and
because
name it
I
again.
set
Name
us
these again. Name these again. Name these movies again.
Citizen Kane,
You got it.
Uh-huh.
the Godfather,
Ooh, what a movie.
Casablanca,
Sure. Love it.
Raging Bull,
That guy was so ragey.
and Singing in the Rain.
It was so rainy. Who's going to go first? Or are we discussing this?
I came up with this infernal plan. I'm ready to,
Okay.
court some
He's
ridicule.
jumping in front of some bullets here.
Because I've got my answer too. But if you want to go first, Dan, I'm happy to let you go.
Obviously, they're all great movies. I'm not saying that any of them are not. I've never been, despite being a male of a certain age, I've never been a Godfather guy. I'm like, yeah, okay, The Godfather. Like
Is it
maybe I
about the
just don't.
length? You have a problem with the length? Is that what Elliot was saying earlier?
No, it's not the. I just like. I don't feel the same like romance about the mafia.
Dan
I
doesn't
understand that
understand
it's
the
a,
concept of family. You know,
I understand that it's a metaphor for like what it takes to get ahead in America, sort of. But I don't know. As mob movies
surprised.
go, I've always been a Goodfellas guy. So
So I'm surprised, Dan, because for me, the one that I would knock off of that list is a different Italian-American director from the 60s, 70s, New Hollywood era, and that is Raging Bull. I think is a beautifully
Yeah.
made movie. It's always left me a little cold. When I finish it, I'm like, I don't know what the purpose is of telling that story. Like, I don't know what I feel that guy's rage and his pain and his frustration and the downfall and everything, but I'm always like, this seems like the story of like an asshole who
I mean,
is not. Whereas Godfather to me is about about how America operates, about avoiding the sins of the past and things you have to do to protect your family, but that they also drag you down and consequences. I find Godfather to be such a beautiful movie. It's interesting, but we can disagree. That's fine. You can
Sometimes
be wrong.
movies can just be about a character and also a type of character. I think it is. I think Raging Bull is illuminating about someone who feels so many emotions, but feels them on like sort of an almost animal level and does not have the skills to do anything positive with them.
And because I think it's a great movie. It was part of listeners will know that it did appear in my top 10 meat on film movies for the part where his wife burns
eagle-eared
his steak
listeners.
and he gets mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
What about
thoughts
you guys?
from the
Sean,
others?
Stuart, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna chime in with Elliot. I would say of those, I think I have the least affection for Raging Bull, and also similar to something Dan mentioned earlier about how Goodfellas is for him the mafia movie. I feel like it's really hard not to look at the rest of Scorsese's film, career and see films that I have a deeper connection with. So it's,
Yes, I agree. If you had put Goodfellas in that list, Dan, the list you put together while you were working at the AFI,
Not me.
At the Alien Ant Farm Institute.
I think Goodfellas still would have been the movie that I would have pushed off the list, but it would have been much harder for me than Raging Bull. Yeah.
That's interesting. Like the gap seems so wide between Raging Bull and Goodfellas to me. Like I see them with such like I love Raging Bull and I like Goodfellas a lot.
Mhm.
Like, but I hate to like. Am I allowed to say that Singing in the Rain is like? I love Singing in the Rain. I love all of them, but am I allowed to say that it's just like soft shit? Like the other.
You're allowed to say
like
it.
the
You're
intense
wrong,
guy, but I'm like.
But
You can say anything you want.
Those 4 other movies, I'm like, whoa, those are like hardcore. And then I'm like, Singing in the Rain. Oh, nice.
well,
Rainbows.
you make an interesting point. I think that in terms of criticism and in terms of scholarship, the hard and the grim often gets elevated over the joyful. And I think what Singing in the Rain does is so beautiful and so hard to pull off which is such a joy all the way through. The same way that it baffles me that Wizard of Oz is not in that top 5. When I think Wizard of Oz is maybe the most amazing movie that ever got made. It's so beautiful and it's so like magical. And the fact that it is now the number 1 attraction at the Sphere, I don't know exactly how to feel about that, but I feel kind of happy about it, even though they mangled that movie to make it that way. But that I think it's very easy to be like, Raging Bull, it's the inner torment of a man. And it's easy to kind of push aside Singing in the Rain because it is ultimately kind of like fluff in a way. Like the fact that it's about this like traumatic moment in movie production history when a lot of people's livelihoods disappeared as silent became the sound, but it's done in like a real fun way, and the best part of it is literally a dude just dancing in the rain and singing in the like the title of the movie pays off. That guy does sing in the rain, you know.
I think that's a really good point. Like it's so, I feel like I am so like I experience like rage and sadness in films that like moments of genuine joy are so rare that I like cling to them. Whether it's like the moment in, what was that, Hustlers, when Usher shows up at the strip club and they like all run out there and I'm like, I feel like I could punch a hole through God right now.
Wow.
But also, like Stuart made the this motion earlier, and when I see movies about movies, I'm like, that's what I think of immediately. Like, I love Singing in the Rain, and I love being shown it in film class. But I'm also like, how many times do I have to see movies that celebrate the art of movies before I'm like, who gives a fiddly fuck? Like, who? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wow, low-key
like,
roasting the studio.
For our listeners at home and also me who was looking away, what motion was this? What
the
can we
jack-off
describe it?
It's a very human motion. Yeah,
it is
the most human motion.
It's the classic jerking off a horse.
Also
motion.
a monkey motion.
Yeah, monkeys also love that motion. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, well, sorry, Raging Bull, you got the most votes. You're out of here.
Wow, okay.
It's no longer a movie. Yeah, it's now no longer a movie, and it gets thrown away forever. Yeah.
No one's allowed to watch it.
And I want to reiterate
You've
for
been
our
canceled,
listeners,
Raging Bull, for us not liking you quite as much, a couple of us.
I want to reiterate for our listeners that this is a completely silly exercise, that these are all great movies. And
This is
I'm
not
just
the
doing
canon
this
that we're putting together.
for LARFs.
Wait, guys, I just pulled up Just Watch, and it says Raging Bull isn't available anywhere now.
Oh, no, we've
my
erased
God.
it from existence.
I
mean, to be honest, with today's streaming licensing things, it wouldn't surprise me if at some point Raging Bull was just unavailable somewhere.
Yeah.
You'd be like, this movie? No one can see it? They'd be like, sorry, the company decided it was a better tax benefit to just never show it to anyone ever again.
I mean, like, as I've mentioned this before, but for the longest time, To Live and Die in LA wasn't available digitally anywhere until, like, Amazon just put it on Prime, and I'm like, thank you, I guess.
Yeah.
The only way to like get it back is to put David Zaslav in it and then put it up.
Oh, man.
That's what they isn't that what they did with they did that with Wizard of Oz for the Sphere.
He's in it, and
David
boy, is
Zaslav
he
shows up in
amazing.
it. The what?
He's incredible in it. Amazing performance.
Yeah. He's the Tin Man now. Yeah.
Sticking with the AFI, there's another list here that I think.
Is this going to be 100 years, 100 laughs?
Yes,
Wait.
indeed it is.
Wait, did they put David Zaslav at like the beginning, like a Michael Eisner, or like when that Pixar guy's like, "Hey, here's a Miyazaki movie," and I'm like, "Yeah, just show me the movie. I don't need to see you."
No, it's not like an introduction. I think they use computers to insert him and the guy who owns the Sphere into the background of a scene. You know,
Weird.
which
It's
you know
weird.
what? Whatever. That's the smallest thing. I don't
So
like
it's
that.
like Space Jam, where the Droogs are like
Exactly. The Droogs and Baby Jane are just watching this basketball game, loving it. I think the thing that bothers me less about the Sphere mangling of Wizard of Oz, where they cut it down and they change the framing stuff, is that like you can only see it at the Sphere. It's not like George Lucas, where he's like, boom, there's only one version of Star Wars now, and it's not as good. It's like it's not like you're gonna buy a DVD of Wizard of Oz and it's gonna be the Sphere version.
Yeah, it's extremely easy to avoid this
Can you,
terrible
though?
version of this movie.
Can you buy the Sphere version?
Well, you can buy the movie Sphere and you can edit the scenes in with the movie Wizard of Oz.
Cool.
So Dustin Hoffman is dreaming everything in Oz. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Dustin Hoffman, 100 Years, 100 Laughs.
Do not.
Marathon
Tootsie
Man?
is off the list right off the bat, Dan. If Tootsie's on there, kick it off that list right now.
Okay. We got Some Like It Hot.
Uh-huh.
Oof. Oh, you know what? I was too quick to jump on Tootsie, maybe. I don't know.
Tootsie.
What numbers are these in the list?
These are the top two. So apparently
top two
the
are both
funniest thing
drag
in the
movies?
world is drag.
Ugh. Now I can't trust anything on this list.
Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned
Wow.
to Stop
They're making this tough for
Worrying
me.
and
That's
Love the Bomb.
a movie I love that I don't find very funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have to judge it on the
Yeah, it's only called
basis of
100 Years,
laughs.
100 Laughs.
That's the list, man. We're talking about what movie we want to get rid
Okay,
of.
okay.
I think it's just one laugh per movie. If you laughed at
that's
it
what
once.
it is.
Yeah.
We guarantee you one laugh per movie. And it's the part where George C. Scott falls down because he's so excited.
Annie Hall and Duck Soup. Those are the top 5 there. Elliot, you've already started talking,
So
so
we
I'll
get
allow
to
you to.
we get to throw them all out, or we just throw out one?
But what?
Throw them
No.
all out? I will say, this is a tough one. I shouldn't, you know what, Dan, Sean, Stewart, I apologize that I'm monopolizing the one on this one. I just assumed Tootsie would be on there, and I got mad. But Some Like It Hot, one of my less favorite Billy Wilder movies, and I love Billy Wilder, and he has such funnier movies, and it's amazing to me the top 2 movies are both drag movies. That's really bonkers.
I saw the recent stage production of Something Like It Hot, and it was really fun.
I'm going to jump in here and say
It was modernized.
Here's
in
what
nice
I'll say
ways.
about Some Like It Hot. I would push off Tootsie. Some Like It Hot, the
Yes.
problem I have with it is timed for watching with a theatrical audience. And so there are pauses in the rhythm of the movie that really slow it down when you're watching it at home, but which work, I'm sure, very well in a theatrical setting. Because I know they were literally like, that whole scene where Jack Lemmon says a joke and then dances with maracas, they were doing that partly because they're like, people are going to laugh. We need to give them room to laugh. And so it probably works better with an audience.
Elliot, I want to say that I share your general mehness about both Some Like It Hot and Tootsie, but I would push Tootsie off as well because there's stuff in Some Like It Hot that I find funny, mostly the Cary Grant impression.
That's what I thought you were going to say. Yeah, Tony Curtis's Cary Grant impression. I mean, there's funny stuff in it. Marilyn Monroe's really good in it. You know what? Some Like It Hot, I wouldn't put it at number 1, right? But Tootsie is a movie I don't like it at all, you know?
It's not even the number 1 Billy Wilder, which is strange. But like, I have to lose it because I worked at the Hotel Del in Coronado Island, and they used to have the employees would walk under a little hallway that had wires, hundreds and hundreds of wires, completely open and dangling over your head. You just thought you were going to die in a bad fire, like a 1920s fire. So I'm going to lose it because it's like triggering.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
Otherwise, I love the movie.
Stuart, you ever thought about this?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably say Tootsie for me. I think of the movies listed, that's the one I like the least.
All right.
Clearly, I think Duck Soup, Annie Hall, let's not get into a controversy about it, and Dr. Strangelove, I think, are all better movies than the first 2 on those lists. But Tootsie's the only one. I remember it was like a few years ago. My wife and I were like, you know what? We haven't watched Tootsie in a long time. And I'm like, that was the one my professors always told me, if you want to write a classic comedy, watch Tootsie. And we watched it, not one laugh the entire time, except for some of Bill Murray's lines, I guess. But it was just, the way he treats Terry Garr is so mean. And I know it's supposed to be like, oh, he learned to be a better man. But it's like, he's still a pretty bad dude at the end. And it's just inexcusable.
He
Don't
could,
use Terry Garr
save
that
the
way.
president from people who kidnapped him.
Let's
Was that?
Because he
wait, is
said
that-
he's a bad dude, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
he
Oh,
is
like
a
the
bad
video
dude.
game Bad Dudes.
Yeah, like the
I was
video
like,
game
was that
Bad
the
Dudes.
plot of Tootsie 2? Was that he was going to have to get in drag again to save the president from kidnappers?
let us move on to the Sight and Sound list. Here we're going to get into some interesting trouble because there are a couple movies here at the top that I haven't seen. But the Sight and Sound list, and I'm both not good with French pronunciation, despite having taken it for years, and I'm not going to try and do the numbers in French. But we've got up top, we got Jean Dielman, 23 Croix du Commerce, 1080 Bruxelles. I don't know. Vertigo.
You pronounced it
Citizen-
perfectly.
Thank you. Vertigo, Citizen Kane, Tokyo Story, and In the Mood for Love. And I have never seen either Jean Dielman or In the Mood for Love.
Oh, wow. In the Mood for Love rocks.
I believe it's there's a 4K restoration in rep screenings now. I'd like to go out and see it.
John Dillman's great too. Tell me again, what are the all of them? John Dillman,
John
Tokyo Story.
Dielman, Vertigo, Citizen Kane, Tokyo Story, and In the Mood for Love.
I'm going to toss myself off a bridge instead of kill any of these. I love these movies. What a great list. Sight and Sound. I'm like, wow, really bringing it out.
Yeah.
That's the hardest one of the 3 so far, I think.
I agree. That's a great list.
So
I think
I've only-
whatever movie I toss off, I'm going to feel bad about.
I
Exactly.
think I've only seen Vertigo, Citizen Kane, and In the Mood for Love. I've never seen Tokyo Story or Jean Dielman. So I'm not going to throw out movies I've never seen. So that's really tough. I don't know which one to pick. Yeah, they all rock so hard.
I'm going to feel bad about it. I think I might throw off Tokyo Story because there are Ozu movies that I like a little more than Tokyo Story, but not because Tokyo Story is not great, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea is that for the most part, these lists are going to be challenging to pick.
The 100 Years, 100 Laughs one was pretty easy.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
If we're going to force ourselves, like Stuart, I'm not comfortable tossing something off I haven't seen. So of what I've seen, using your rubric there, Elliot, there are Hitchcock movies I like more than Vertigo. So I guess I got to get rid of Vertigo.
I was going to say, of the three on that list that I've seen, I think the one I have like the least connection to is Citizen Kane. So, I mean, it's not a bad movie, obviously, but I like Vertigo and In the Mood for Love more.
Yeah, I feel this one was a hard one. Sight and Sound hurt us by forcing us to do this. Wait a minute, Sight and Sound didn't force us. It was Dan that forced us to do this.
I'm the insidious game master here.
He's the torturer.
Yeah,
painful. I think I'm just going to get rid of. I like all these movies very much, and I like them equally. I'm gonna have to get rid of Vertigo just as like another punishment for the Brits for all they've done to us, the pain.
Very good point. Very good point. When they taxed our tea, that was rough.
That pissed me off.
It's hard for me to toss Vertigo because I love that.
Yeah, that really ground my gears.
So good. That's a tough one. Those are all good movies. Yeah, I would recommend any of them, unless you just want to sit and watch a woman cut a potato up for a while. In which case, Gene Dillman is really the only option you have on it. Yeah.
Right before we take a short break, I'm going to do another equally important, equally respected list. And of course, it is the list of nominees for the Oscars Stand Up and Cheer moment.
Did they only do that the one year?
Once. And everyone made so much fun of them, they stopped immediately.
That's so lame that they didn't just do it again. Do you think that they're like, didn't it happen the same year as Will Smith slapped Chris Rock? Are they like doing a false equivalency there? Like a false correlation?
I don't remember.
I don't
think so.
I don't remember. I don't think so. I think the problem was that the next year there were no movies where people stood up and cheered. So just nothing was eligible for the prize.
Well, a bunch of ushers were like, don't do that. And they're like, oh, right, we shouldn't do that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the ushers were like, don't do
Hustler?
that. Yeah, then Usher went to the Hustlers and people were like, yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, they said because that's one of his fucking songs.
That's a song, yeah.
So of course, we all remember what's on this list.
Yeah,
all I remember
refresh
is
our memory.
Yeah, yeah.
All I
Save
remember
for the
is
audience.
you don't just,
for the audience.
For the audience, we should of course mention they might have forgotten that when Flash entered the Speed Force, that was a big stand up and cheer moment.
Yes.
I don't remember any of the others.
We've got Spider-Man No Way Home, the Spider-Man team up. Now, we're just talking about the movies, but of course I'll tell you what the moments are.
Yeah, tell us the moment. Yeah.
The Matrix, Neo dodging bullets. Dreamgirls, and I am telling you I'm not leaving or going.
You were cheering so hard you couldn't even hear the lyrics.
I couldn't hear the lyrics. I was just Avengers Endgame, Avengers Assemble.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the winner, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Flash enters the Speed Force.
I feel like when that happened in the theater, Dan, you stood up so fast you got a headache and passed out.
Yeah, I thought I had entered the Speed Force.
And the popcorn bucket that was on your lap fell off of you, and so you were just passed out covered in popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah. With a rapidly deflating boner.
Yeah, sticking through the bottom of the popcorn bucket. Yeah, of course.
Not that rapidly deflating.
Dan was alone in the theater. That's the strange thing. Yeah.
Stuart made himself laugh so much that he put his head down.
That was my own stand up and cheer moment.
Yeah, you're
Crazy
way
how
down.
divorced these are from like what the Oscars actually awarded. Like the only one that they care about is Dreamgirls. Like, what are they trying to prove?
Yeah.
I mean, the other ones are all like, they're all just like, this movie made a bunch of money.
I mean, it feels like it is there. I remember when around the time that that I think Dark Knight was not nominated for Best Picture or whatever, where people were like, what is this? They never nominate the movies that people care about. And so this, I think, was their being like, well, we're going to give some kind of BS award. I mean, all the Oscars are BS awards, but we're going to give some BS award for like big popcorn movies, but they can't all be just superhero action movies. So we got to put something from Dreamgirls on there. But also they're like all from different years, right? Like it's such a weird idea for them to do. It feels very like they didn't put a lot of work into it.
Okay, so we got to pick one to kick off.
Yeah.
Man, probably the fucking one, the Speed Force one because at least all the other
Hell
movies
yeah.
I liked a little.
100%. It's the worst movie by far
Yeah,
on
but-
the list.
All
Like-
the other ones, you could legitimately say people did have a strong reaction in the theater. It doesn't usually stand up and cheer. It was like, whoa. Or like, I remember seeing Dreamgirls in the theater and people loved, there was applause in
Yeah.
the theater after, I'm not going. Yeah. And but I didn't see Justice League in the theaters, but I have to assume people were not like, if there's any moment even that they were cheering in that, it was not necessarily entering the speed. Like, it feels like they just picked a
It
random
was the
moment,
credits. It was the credits at the end. They're like, oh,
They said it's over. Thank goodness.
finally.
When all those Avengers were coming out at the end of Avengers Endgame, people were cheering in the
People
theater.
were going crazy.
Which I thought was funny also because it's like, well, you guys know this was planned ahead of time, right? It's not happening spontaneously right now.
I'm not
in
sure
the
they
theater.
did know that.
that's
I think it freaked some people out. We
Yeah,
had a
that's
guy get escorted out.
Yeah. He's like, because this is a live stream, right? From Avengers headquarters?
Well, let's take a short break and then we'll be back with more of this useless exercise.
Hey, it's Sue the subway train. Hey, guess what, Sue? I just inherited a game show, and I have to continue it because there are people out there who like to curl up into a ball and listen to it. Yeah, it's a podcast where listeners submit game show ideas for others to play on air. Well, it is. In fact, the dumber the better. Right. It's called Dr. Game Show. Some curled up balls consider it a tradition, while others call it a train wreck. No, not you, Sue. It's Dr. Game Show. If you're the sort that likes to listen to people competing for refrigerator magnets, then curl up into a ball and listen to Dr. Game Show every other Wednesday, MaximumFun.org.
Are you a 5-star baddie? If you answered yes, then Black People Love Paramore is the podcast for you. Contrary to the title, we are not a podcast about the band Paramore. Black People Love Paramore is a pop culture show about the common and uncommon interests of Black people in order to help us feel a little bit more seen. We are your co-hosts, Sequoia Holmes,
Jewel Wicker,
and Ryan Graham.
and in each episode, we dissect one pop culture topic that mainstream media doesn't associate with the Black people, but we know that we like.
We get into topics like ginger ale, the Golden Girls, Black romance, Uno, and so much more.
Tune in every other Thursday to the podcast that's dedicated to helping Black people feel more seen. Find Black People Love Paramore on MaximumFun.org or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Flophouse listeners, if you live in the Chicago area and have no plans for the evening of Sunday, November 16, we have added a late show, a late live show after our first show sold out. We will be talking about K9, starring Jim Belushi, known worldwide as one of the two Belushi options. The show's at Sleeping Village at 9:30 p.m., and if you go to the events page at flophousepodcast.com, you'll find a link to get tickets. Also, the Flop TV season is in full swing, but you can still get individual tickets or a season pass and not miss anything because all of the episodes will be available on demand through February of 2026. But if you want to join us live, those shows are on the first Saturday of every month. It's a video stream where we're covering film flops starting in the 2000s and going all the way back to the 1950s with additional presentations, pre-tapes, questions from the live chat. So if you want to see those shows, go to theflophouse.simpletix.com, that is TIX for Tix, for tickets and more info. That's theflophouse.simpletix.com. Now, back to the show. And we are back. And of course, we are kicking off movies off of lists of top films because why not? What better thing can we do on this Saturday afternoon when we're recording this? And the next esteemed list that we'll be talking about is, of course, Elliot Kalin's top 4 on Letterboxd. What do we got here? We got The Taking of Pelham 123.
Seen it. This is the recent one, right?
Nope.
No.
Nope. The original one.
We have Shadow of a Doubt, the Alfred Hitchcock picture. The Miracle of Morgan's Creek by Preston Sturges. and Closely Watched Trains, a gem of the Czech New Wave. I'm told.
Some would
I've
say
not
the
seen
shining jewel in the crown of the Czech New Wave.
it. Yeah.
Wow, Fireman's Ball attacked.
Fireman's Ball's great. Fireman's Ball's great. It's no Closely Watched Trains.
So what do we got here?
Yeah, just like looking at that list, I think I've only seen one of the 4 movies, Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to kick that one off because I want to see the others.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Because I trust Elliot's opinion, and if you put these other movies on there, they got to be great. And I don't want to kick them off before I see them.
Like all right-thinking people and New Yorkers in particular, I love Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3. I love Hitchcock in general. I love Shadow of a Doubt. I also love Preston Sturges, but Miracle of Morgan's Creek is not one of my favorites, so I have to go with that one. Like there are at least 2 or 3 Sturges movies I like.
What are you going to put on, the Lady Eve? No, thank you.
Hey, we can disagree on these.
I mean, I like the Lady Eve, but I just don't like it as much. Sean, I'll tell you what
I've
mine
also
is
never
last.
seen the Sturgis film, and it's interesting because like these are. I like this top 4 just because they're not the first movies I would think of for any of the filmmakers that you've chosen. But like, I don't know. Yeah, I like Stewart's criteria. Like, let's just eliminate the one. If you've seen it, take it off. So I also have to lose Pelham, even though I watched it recently for the first time during COVID. And it's a pretty unbelievable movie, I do have to say. But
it's so
fuck
much
it, it's
fun.
gone. It's dead to me. I mean, I hate
Okay,
it.
but it's done. Canceled. Yeah.
Elliot,
You just put a bullet in the back of its head. Yeah.
which of your film children do you like the least?
So
Now
I
this
think
is a tough one for you.
The thing that I think is the saving grace of this list is that I'm not saying these are the greatest movies ever made, and I'm not saying that these are the top movies, but these are my favorite movies. And but I think I'm going to have to I haven't been on Letterboxd in so long because my life does not give me time to do recreational things.
Too busy, yeah. You're
Too busy. Yeah, too busy. And I think I might have to take off Closely Watched Trains because lately, I think because I'm thinking about Wizard of Oz: The Sphere, I've been thinking about how much I love The Wizard of Oz and like how special that movie is to me. And it should be on that list. I might even bump it up a little bit and bump some of the other movies down. Like Taken Pelham 1, 2, 3, that's always going to be in the number 1 spot. Shadow of a Doubt, I just love it particularly, and it was shot in the town kind of next over from my wife's hometown, so I've been to a lot of the places that it was shot, and I'm really excited about that. But also Miracle in Morgan's Creek, that was the second Sturgis movie I ever saw. My grandmother took me to see a double bill at Film Forum years and years ago of Unfaithfully Yours and Miracle in Morgan's Creek, and Unfaithfully Yours is pretty good. But seeing Miracle in Morgan's Creek, I'm like, I don't think I'd ever seen an old movie that silly, in some ways. But Closely Watched Trains I love, but I think I might have to take it off and slot Wizard of Oz in that slot and then put CWT right afterwards,
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna let myself get off the hook. The next list is Dan McCoy's top 4 on Letterboxd.
Uh-oh.
So we got here
Bikini Car Wash Company.
manual in space.
It's got everything. It's got a manual. It's got space. What more do you want?
Manual's got to be in something. Why not space?
Them's the rules. North by Northwest, Animal Crackers, the Marx Brothers picture, The Third Man, and The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
It's a good list.
This is tough. This is a toughie.
I'll go last on this one just because it's my own.
Can you repeat them? Do the 4 again?
North by Northwest, Alfred Hitchcock's film, Animal Crackers with the Marx Brothers, The Third Man, and The Thing.
I guess if I'm gonna have to pick, because I think these are all great, but I guess I just am not the biggest Marx Brothers fan, and so I would probably put Animal Crackers of those 4. I think it's good.
Yeah. Thank you, Stuart, for being very thoughtful about my feelings.
No, but I mean just in general, like, I don't know. Like,
no, I don't care about your feelings. It's important.
Yeah, I mean, I do care about your feelings.
In The Third Man, when they go up in the big, it's like, what is it? Like
the Ferris wheel?
Ferris wheel. And it's really high up. That scared me, so I'm taking that one out. And the Zither is super annoying too. I love that movie.
Wow,
but,
shots fired.
You
Shots
introduce
fired.
a Zither into your score. I can't. I don't know.
And his name is Lime? That's a fruit.
That's messed up, man.
Confusing.
You have to find random criteria if you like can't do it otherwise.
Yeah,
I can't. At the merit of these films, it's a perfect list. I can't really do
Animal crackers is a snack that I don't like that much.
exactly.
I think it's going to be, this is a tough one because it's a very good list. I think I would either push off, I think it's going to have to be North by Northwest again, under the criteria of not my favorite Hitchcock. A wonderful movie, but not my favorite of his. Whereas The Thing, although The Thing is not my favorite John Carpenter movie, it's his best movie. But it's
What's
not
your
my
favorite?
In the Mouth of Madness, which is not his best, but which I love how much
Interesting.
weird stuff is crammed into that movie. And how the movie, like, at the end, there's like 2 fake endings because it's almost like the movie is like, wait. I got more movie to show you. I got more stuff to throw at you.
But what if this happened?
But what if this was it? But so I think I'll unfortunately push off North by Northwest, if only because also we've talked about Hitchcock before in other lists. We got Vertigo on one list, we got Shadow Down on mine, and The Thing feels like a real newcomer, and it's so well done.
Mm-hmm.
It's got such a great score. It's almost as good a score as The Third Man.
And the Thing is
which has
probably
that
the only
wonderful
one on
zither
that
score
list.
that everyone
Yeah.
loves.
The Thing is the only one on that list that Roger Ebert was like, stinker.
Elliot,
But Roger Ebert also said like Blue Velvet was a stinker. He
and
He
Raising
hated The
Arizona.
Graduate. Had to apologize for knocking the Simon and Garfunkel score for The Graduate. He's like, he literally wrote in his review like, these songs are immemorable. Like that's exactly the word I would use.
Elliot, I would like to thank you for pointing the way for me where, as you say, these are favorite movies, not necessarily the best movies. And so even though it is arguably the best movie on my list, I have the least personal, sentimental affection for The Third Man. So I guess I'll have to lose that.
I love that one. That's one I used to watch a lot when I was like a teenager. Watch it
It's
over
an
and over
amazing
on tape.
movie.
Yeah.
It's terrific.
I'm curious how do you just find Animal Crackers the funniest of the rest of the movies?
It's my vote for the funniest. And I remember, at the Daily Show, I was like writing
You were
a Larry.
loudly lambasted for loving Animal Crackers the
No,
most.
I was writing a Larry Wilmore piece with Jason Ross, and Jason, of course, was mostly writing it because he was more senior to me by far.
That's what
at
it's,
that
what it's
point.
like when you're working with Jason Ross. This is a writer that this is a comedy writer who I would say to people sometimes that writing with him was a little bit like going on a long car ride with your dad, where like he's just kind of silently writing it, and every now and then you say something and you kind of see if he's going to react to it or not. No,
Yeah.
a great guy. I love him, and he's a great writer. But
Larry's a student of comedy and loves the Marx Brothers, and the most bonding that occurred was me saying that, oh, I love Animal Crackers. And he's like, yes, that's my favorite one. It's got the most good bits, so no higher authority than Larry Wilmore also agrees on
he knows what he's talking about. I would disagree, but he knows what he's talking about. I think the funniest one is H Feathers.
you don't have enough time to say the full title.
No, I don't have enough time to say horse.
Well, I did a little research on our guest. I don't know if his top 4 is up to date.
I was worried
but
about this. Yeah.
Sean Malin's top 4 on Letterboxd. We've got Being There.
Mm-hmm.
We've got
great.
Being John Malkovich.
Also great.
We have the Unbearable Lightness of Being, so the
Mhm.
Being trilogy.
What is going on with all the beings?
And-
And then Mr. Being.
And then The Pleasure of Being Robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Another
It's a
Being.
gag. I mean, I mess with my letterbox, my top 4 all the time because, I'm a professional working critic. Like, I'm not going to give free shit to Letterbox. Like, that's just like dumb thoughts that I have. I don't put like professional shit there. So I mess around all the time. I used to have the American, American Pie, American Made, blah, blah, blah. Those are definitely not my top 4. I just thought they were 4 funny movies to like represent a wide swath of things. I do like all 4 of those movies.
But we are locked in. So
We are
which
locked
one's
in.
getting kicked off?
We've got to eliminate one.
Wait, which one's Being There?
Being There is Peter Sellers.
Right.
It's a Hal
and-
Ashby movie.
And honestly, that's my pick for what I haven't seen the last one, mentioned The Pleasure of Being Robbed, but
What's that?
Safdies. Yeah, it's a Safdie movie. It's a super early movie around the same era as Daddy Longlegs, and I would immediately eliminate that because it's a good movie. But yeah, I mean, it was made cheaply. It's got a kind of intensity to it, but it's like, it didn't change film history. It opened up the Safdies to what they are, but it's not. It's not
like an hour and a half tummy ache type movie.
Yeah, you're just.
I mean, that's what their other movies
no, I know.
are.
I just think it's
And
funny
it's
when
like
you say
dallying
tummy
with
ache.
poverty, that kind of thing. It's very like hardcore, gritty New York shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll trust you on that, but I haven't seen it, so I'm going to go with Being There, which I always found a little facile in its satire, a little 70s, like, oh, look at this, take down I'm showing how society is really, I don't know.
I love
that.
I love that you're like mad at a movie for going, look at this. Whereas like most of the experience of a movie is looking.
Yeah, most of them like, hey,
like
look at
I
this.
said, they're books for your eyes. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to kick off Being John Malkovich because I find John Cusack's ponytail unpleasant. Although, again, I'll tell this story every time I talk about this movie. I took my mom to see that in the theater, and this was back when my mom was drinking, so she was a lot of fun. And she fell asleep in the middle of the movie. Before that, though, when he first got to that office that's, in the, 33 and a half
The
floor
half
or whatever.
floor. They want to wear some bean
My
runs.
mom loudly said to the entire theater, "What a terrible place to work." And I'm like, Mom, you're not wrong. And then she fell asleep and then woke up during the final chase. And I'm like, I wonder what she thinks is happening.
That reminds me of when the same grandmother that took me to the Preston Sturges movies, we went to see the movie Courage Under Fire when that came out. And around the time that one of the characters commits suicide by driving straight into a train because he's so ashamed of what happened in the mission where Meg Ryan's character was killed, my grandmother just turns to me and very loudly goes, "This is a very serious movie." I was like, what did you expect, Grandma? Do you think it was like a comedy called Courage Under Fire?
Family.
Yeah.
Sean, what are you kicking off?
Sean, Sean picked Pleasure Being Robbed.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I'm gonna follow your lead, Sean. I'm also gonna say The Pleasure of Being Robbed. It's good, but I've never seen The Unbearable Lightness of Being. Maybe I'll see it at some point. So I can't kick it off according to the made up rules that we have. That's
personal rules. You can make up any rule you want for your own.
Oh, then I'll kick them all off and put movies I like. Taking Pelham 1, 2, 3. Shadow of a Doubt. Being There, for all that Dan doesn't like it, I really love. And Being John Malkovich, I really love. That was one that hit me really hard when I was a freshman in college when it first came out. And it was just very exciting. And it felt like, it felt for the first time like I'm seeing the new movies of what like my generation of moviegoers are going to be really excited about. And it's not Magnolia, the other movie that came out, I think, the same year where someone I knew went and saw it like 10 times in the theater because he couldn't get enough of it. And I'm like, that's not the one for me. Being John Malkovich is the one for me. But Being There, I really love. I think it does hit that satirical point, and I find it very beautiful at the end. But Dan, you can poo-poo it because of all the great movies you've made. Oh, wait a second, huh? What's this?
Oh man, he's got you there, Dan.
All right,
dead to rights.
Elliot,
lock him up.
Give me several $1 million and I'll make a movie to prove you wrong.
All right, you're on. Oh, I got Sean. Do you have several $1 million on the hook for this now? Okay.
I do, and I'm happy to loan them out to you guys.
That'd be wonderful. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, if Stuart didn't see where this was headed already, he's also sitting right next to me, so he can literally see. Now, Stuart.
Oh, no.
The iconoclast that Stuart is only has.
When they came for Elliot Kalin and the sight and sound list, I said nothing.
Stuart, being an iconoclast, of course, only has 3 movies on his top 4. And those movies are.
You can't force him to pick a 4th movie.
Castle Freak, Head of the Family, and The Invisible Maniac.
Now, I just want to say up front, we've talked about movies being kind of our favorites, but I think in this case, I have chosen what I would say objectively are the best movies ever made.
I don't think I've seen any of the 3. What are they?
Whoa!
Yeah, Castle Freak.
For Castle Freak, Head of the Family, and The Invisible Maniac. Now, for listeners who have joined us relatively recently and don't get the bit, this was, for a long time, the holy trinity of Stuart's movies, films that he would recommend over and over
During
again.
the recommendation segments of the podcast, I would recommend these movies every other week, rotating. Specifically, I recommended Castle Freak and was talking about how the titular freak rips his own ding-dong off, and then people started writing letters into me, and then people were tweeting at the director, Stuart Gordon, and he was like, no, that didn't happen. It was a real mess, but I still think I'm right. So
it was it was often a fallback, I think, when you maybe forgot that you were going to have to recommend something and hadn't seen something, or
I just thought it would be funny to do.
Yeah. R.I.P. Stuart Gordon.
Yeah, R.I.P. to a master.
I feel like the height of this bit was when someone tweeted at him, did the Castle Freak rip his own ding dong off? And Stuart Gordon just tweeted back, no. But also then, if you went on Amazon and looked up any of these movies, it would say customers also purchase Head of the Family and Invisible Maniac. So people were really getting
the Flophouse influence.
Yep, the Flophouse
Never
bump
before
and the
has
Wellington
somebody
trilogy
crushed me with 2 letters before.
Yeah.
And Stuart Gordon just saying no.
But on the upside, you eventually got to meet Giorgio the Castle Freak when we hosted
Jonathan Fuller,
Castle Freak screening at Alamo Yonkers.
And it's weird, the glossy, the 8x10 glossy he signed, it did say I ripped it off myself, so I don't know.
I guess that's canon. I guess the glossy's a canon now.
Yeah.
Who do we believe, the director of
Put
the
in the
film
Library
or
of
the
Congress.
glossy?
Yeah.
Of these films, while it is fun to talk about, there's more assault in The Invisible Maniac, so I guess I'm going to get rid of that one.
I mean, they're all full of assault. These are not there's not movies that have respect for the human body or the female body in the way that perhaps we would like to believe we have. But again, they're movies. They're meant to horrify. And I guess Invisible Maniac is more to titillate, I guess. But the others are to horrify, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think they're all good. I left one off for a reason because there can only be 3. I don't know. I would say of those 3, all jokes aside, I would say, I feel like The Invisible Maniac, though it does feature a guy being killed with a submarine sandwich and another guy being killed with a Mario stomp on the head. I would say The Invisible Maniac
has the most gross stuff in it.
It's probably, I think it's also kind of the weakest of the 3. Like Head of the Family, I think is a very silly movie that is it's that like fun in a way, full moon kind of way. And I think Castle Freak's great because it's a Stuart Gordon movie.
I'm going to add Citizen Kane since we've seen it on a bunch of lists and then take it off of your
Thank you. Thank you.
Just to put Orson in his place fully.
Yeah, he's had it too easy for too long.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying.
If anyone had an easy time in Hollywood, it was Orson Welles.
For you guys.
Well, but good news for Orson. This made me mad the other day. They go, this company is like, as an AI experiment, we're going to have it recreate the Magnificent Ambersons. I'm like, come on, don't do that. What are you talking about?
The last 45 minutes of Magnificent Ambersons, they're going to put into a large language learning model and see what it spits out. It's just going to be a very large Orson Welles, like late in his life.
Yeah. It's going to be 45 minutes of him talking about wine, French wines, and but that made me very mad. Which one am I going to take off this list? I don't know. That was a smooth move, adding a movie and then taking it off. That really sidestepped that was very clever. That was outsmart a demon in a folktale clever.
Yeah. I didn't know we were recording with John Constantine.
I don't know. I think I might remove, even though Invisible Maniac I think is a little more questionable, I might remove Head of the Family just for variety.
You're going to mess with the head then, you said.
I am going to mess with the head and see if I end up dead.
Don't mess with the head. That's the one thing you're not supposed to do.
Oh, no, I did it.
Well, that was the end of my silliness. Sean, before we sign off, is there more you want to say about the podcast Pantheon or anything? I didn't really give you space.
Does anybody on your show know that you're in the book? Do they know that you guys earned your spot by being one of the most important podcasts ever released?
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I've done a little promotion. Yeah. Please do.
We're getting better at owning our successes.
Yes, yeah. It's taken a lot of therapy for me to do the same. Like the book is coming out, and I have to be like, "Oh, yes, I'm proud of what I've done." But I don't know. I mean, the 3 of you are in the book. You say shit in it that you've never said on the air. There's exclusives in there. Exclusive Stuart Wellington content.
Full color photos of us in the book.
You're early too, right? You're like in the.
I think because you put it in order of best, so we're number 1 or 2, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
And I was joking about how it kind of starts off like, this podcast started off with some questionable stuff, but then it got good. But
This
honestly,
is all true, though.
But honestly, like if anyone's coming to our podcast, they probably should know that. Like maybe don't start at the very beginning.
No.
Start once we got good at doing it.
Start
I
with
don't
year
know.
3. Yeah.
I think I love the podcast because I heard that stuff and like watched the growth. I don't know. People can do what they want, but you should at least embrace the fact that in this book you are among the funniest chapters. I mean, like the chapter is funny. Like it's just enjoyable to read. I don't know if it's as good as an episode, but I think if people like you, they'll giggle. And you don't get that in a lot of books now. They're all very like, everything's so serious.
Yeah.
But also, like, I mean, as a podcast listener, I respect the editorial voice of the ones that I'm familiar with. I'm like, yeah, these are good podcasts. So I'm excited to then use it as it's intended to be used and be like, I'll check out some of these other things that I don't know about.
It's also quite an honor just flipping through, seeing some of the other shows on there, because there's some really great podcasts in this book. Were there any interviews that you really want to do but weren't able to do? Like, were you like, I want to talk to Obama? And he's like, no way.
Tons, yeah. And in a second edition or expanded edition in Success, we have a lot more that we would add to this, like 101 plus another 101. Yeah. Because there's so many amazing podcasts out there. Not that there wasn't like a big selection process. It took months and months and months to whittle down. But there were a lot of people who were just not available or chose not to participate. And I basically said, fuck you, you're dead to me.
Yeah, take them off the list. Yeah,
you're not the canon. No, yes, there were people that I wanted to talk to, and it just didn't happen on time. You have a schedule to publish. So,
was there anyone that you were surprised that you were able to interview? Anybody who you were like, oh wow,
sure, yeah. I mean, Conan O'Brien is amazing in the book.
That's pretty great.
He wrote pages of material for the book. I'm like, why? The Office ladies I thought were going to be impossible to reach because they're so like world famous, even before their podcast, but they were really helpful. And they talk about like eating cheese in the book, like their whole schedule is mentioned. That was pretty great.
That's awesome.
And then there were people who are like, pseudonymous people like Marlo Mack, who has the podcast, How to Be a Girl. Like Marlo doesn't give a lot of interviews to protect her daughter who's trans, but she agreed to speak with me, over email pseudonymously, but still pretty rare. Yeah. That was cool. You guys were pretty accessible, I have to say. It was not hard.
We're neither.
Wasn't that hard?
Which is not as impressive nor as surprising.
We were running after you, like, hey.
But you are all pseudonymous, which I think is weird. People don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
These are characters we play.
All the details we give about our real lives are completely fabricated. Yeah.
No,
Dan doesn't even have any cats.
Oh my God, really? No, you guys were so nice to be in the book, and Max Fun for providing all the licenses and stuff. Like, it's just awesome. I was so excited, and I've been listening to you guys for a decade. It was fun. It was nice. You were easy to work with. It was simple.
And you have a couple of like book launch events coming up. There's going to be one next week. I don't think
this is going to be out in time.
Yeah.
Do we know when it's coming out, Dan?
I was not prepared for this, but I'll figure it out. I should have been.
I don't think Sean's surprised that we weren't prepared to know offhand what day.
I have no expectations.
I believe this should be coming out on October 4th.
Yeah, okay. So if you're listening to it on October 4th, we have an event at Book Passage in San Francisco. We're going to have a bunch of famous podcasters. Glenn Washington from Snap Judgment and Spook will be there. The Ear Hustle folks, Earlonne Woods and Nigel Poor. And then Vanessa Lowe of Nocturne. Oh, it's going to be an amazing event at Book Passage, 3 p.m. in San Francisco. And then in Austin, I'll be at Book People, which is really exciting. That's my old hometown bookstore. And then in November, I'll be at the Miami Book Fair with Dan Liebetard and Stu Gatz from the Dan Liebetard Show, with Stu Gatz, if you could believe that. Yeah, there will be events all over. And I'm sure the four of us will do something down the line as well. I don't know when or where, but we'll have virtual events all throughout the end of the year and then early into next year. And of course, when the if and when the book does well, maybe there will be a second thing, and there will be more.
Yeah, like the movie version we'll play ourselves.
Yeah, sure.
I do think there should be a film adaptation, or 5.
Yep, I think so.
Let's figure it out.
It's a big book.
Yes.
At least get to a third one so you can do the podcast Pantheon.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. Yes.
I'm available for writing a copy
For
if you need
writing
title
titles.
punch-up.
For putting numbers
We'll get a
in the
room together.
titles.
Yeah.
We're going to have to put a number in this title, but nobody knows how to do it. One guy.
One guy with a rhyming dictionary.
Yeah.
knows how to do it, you mean.
By the way, Dan, you can cut all of this promotional shit out. I just wanted you to celebrate the fact that you're in the book.
Oh, no.
Thanks.
No, we'll keep it in and double it.
We know how the game is
Lupin,
played.
as
We
they
know how
say.
to scratch backs. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is. No.
We've listened to
it's
Back
because-
Scratch Fever. Yeah.
Because we're deeply honored by being in the book. And we want to say thank you to Sean for joining us for the silliness. We want to say thank you for putting us in the book in such great company. And as long as we're thanking people and entities, let's thank our network, Maximum Fun. Go
So we're
to
thanking entities. Let's thank
maximumfun.org.
Cthulhu of the Elder Gods.
Still from Species.
I'll mention that there are other Max Fun podcasts in the book. Bullseye is one. I know I'm forgetting another at least that's in there.
Query with Cameron Esposito is also in there.
Oh, awesome.
So thank you to our network. Check out the other great podcasts, including ones in the podcast Pantheon. And thank you to Alex Smith, our producer, who goes by the name Howell Doughty on the internet. Check his work out as well. But for now, that's the end of this show. For the Flophouse Podcast, I've been Dan McCoy.
I've been Stuart Wellington.
I've been Elliot Kalin.
And we were joined by...
Sean Malin.
Maximum Fun,
A worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
supported
directly
by you.